One of the biggest things that is going to make the difference in sounds is your diaphragmatic breathing. So when we think about, we have lungs, right? And our lungs sit about right here on our body. And underneath the lungs, we have this muscle, and it's called the diaphragm. And the diaphragm is what we engage in when we are breathing. Now, luckily, when we're doing it, we don't have to think about it. The diaphragm and the lungs just do whatever they need to do in order to make us to breathe on our own. But if I asked you to take a deep breath, most of us would do this. And I said to hold it and then let it go. And we see like there's a lot of tension up here. And what happens is if I'm only breathing up here, then that's where my breath sits. I only sit like right up here. I don't have a lot of breath down here, which is where my diaphragm is to engage in. So what we want to do is do diaphragmatic breathing. And if you look at vocalists and people who sing, when they breathe, this doesn't move. Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath, a diaphragm breath, and I'm going to show you how it works. And I'm going to show you. So from up here, I don't move, versus all that moves up here. So what do we do? So I'm going to turn to the side. Excuse my little poochie poochie gut. Excuse my little poochie. Okay, so here I am, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe out. Just want you to do this exercise and just push out as we're breathing in, taking in the air. And you notice my fingers actually move out. And I'll do it this way, and they move out. Now, bringing it back in, I'm kind of doing my fingers, kind of making it kind of dramatic on it, or you probably won't do that. But the main thing we do want to focus on is that breathing out. Breathe out, and then just let the air go back in. Breathe out, and let the air just come back in. Breathe out one more time, and let the air come back in. Now, so that's the first part. We're engaging our diaphragm. The second one is short, quick breaths. If you listen to some music, some producers are able to take out the breathing. If you listen to, sometimes you'll hear the music and you might hear, and that is, and I'll do it like this, and that is short, quick breaths that the vocalist takes. Because especially if you're singing a fast song, I don't have time to sing a really fast song and go, and then I'm going to sing, because I got to take a quick breath in order to get to the next phrase. So they're really short, quick breaths. We'll do that 3 times. Now we want to avoid that dramatic that you're hearing, and so we want to try to do it as softly as we can. Okay, so short, quick breaths. Now, the next thing we want to do is actually engage our abdomen. And the reason why we're doing that, we're doing short, quick breaths, we're doing this diaphragm, is because it's bringing more air down to the bottom of our lungs. And if all the air sits up here, I only have this much air to breathe and to sing with. And actually, after a while, I just start running out of breath. So you want to keep it down here, which actually just, if you think about it, here's my little gut. I got a lot more space down here typically than I do up here. Because what's up here? You've got your lungs, you got your heart, you got your rib, your stomach's around here somewhere, you got your liver and stuff like that. Your lungs have a lot more space out here to expand. So what we're going to do is, the next one is to engage our abdomen. Meaning, what I like to tell people to do is think about when you were younger and someone said to you, hey, you know what, I'm going to punch you in the stomach. You're like, no, you're not. No, it's not true. Or you're not strong enough. And what do? You clench up. You engage your abdomen because you're like, it's coming, right? So it's coming. Now, when you do that, you should notice your abs being a little tighter. And engagement means that I'm just going to tighten those abs up, tighten them up. So as I punch it, should feel my abdomen muscles. I need to work out a little bit, feel a little bit more. But you should feel those abdomen muscles tighten up. Now relax. It's not as tight, right? But I tighten them up. That's going to be it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an exercise where we're just going to sing ah. And what I want us to do is do the exercise first, like singing up at the top. And then we're going to do it where we're going to do a diaphragm breathing. So we're going to do a big breath up here, just like, and then we're going to sing ah, ah, right? All right, so in 1, 2, 3, ah. All right, so what I want you to notice is it feels kind of awkward. It feels like I'm going to run out of air any minute now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see how long I can breathe, how long I can sing a note with doing the top breathing. And then we're going to do it with the diaphragm breathing and see what that difference is. Now, I am actually engaging my abs as I'm doing that, but on breath on number 8 is where I said I'm starting to run out of air. And if we're singing a nice long phrase for a song, you're going to run out. Let's do instead, I'm going to do the same counting, short, quick breath, doing the diaphragm and see how much more comfortable that is and how much longer I can hold it. Here we go. So on when I hit 8, I was still comfortable. I still could go on. And I went on a little bit longer than what I did. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to just really quick deep breath. You don't have to do like that. You're going to take a really quick deep breath, and we're just going to sing ah. And what I want you to do is as you're singing ah, I want you to start engaging your abs. Start push. What you're basically doing is pushing that last bit of air out all the way that's down to the bottom, so we make sure we can get all the way to the end of the phrase. I feel it in my tummy, and I also feel it in my back as I'm kind of squeezing that last bit of air out. Okay? And then you see me relax. My belly just went flat or went pushed out again. So here we go again. We're going to do it on the count of 1, 2, 3. We're going to sing ah. 1, 2, 3. All right, so don't feel bad if you can't hold it out that long. Make sure you don't hold it out too long and end up passing out or anything, because you can do that the way that this exercise works. So what we just want to do is we take deep breaths down here. Again, look at the difference where my belly is versus up here. And then I want to engage my abs. And make sure you don't start going like this, like kind of arching your back. You want to keep everything nice and straight. And all you're doing is you have to remember the diaphragm, your abdomen, all that stuff is muscles. And if you want stronger muscles, you got to work them. So making sure that you do this diaphragm breathing exercise is going to help you out with your singing. It is probably the one thing that will make the difference of hitting really low notes and really hitting high notes in the stability of your notes. Not being wobbly, not kind of landing and stuff like that. And what do I mean by that is what we want to do is when we sing, we want things to be real stable. Think about a gymnast. And you see the gymnast, she and her swinging on the little things and stuff, and then they land and they go, oh, here I am. That's what we want. In order to do that, we need really good diaphragm breathing. If we don't have our diaphragm engaged, what happens is like the gymnast who lands and goes, ah, and then they hit it. And that's what happens if we're a little weak on the diaphragm, is that we tend to wobble a little bit until we find the note, and then we go, oh, awesome, we found the note. All right, so that's what I have for diaphragm breathing for the week. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to hearing the vocals improve when you start engaging that diaphragm. Take care. Bye-bye.